Oh, mate. Finals time. Does it get any better? The answer is no to that question, by the way. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Lockie. This is Coswood Football. Very excited to see my Mariners in semi-final action tonight, taking on Adelaide United. Huge game, obviously. Everyone's very excited for this game. Two high-scoring teams, and my team, the Mariners. We've got the with a framed jersey in the back here. We've got the scarf and the cap down there. We're ready. We're ready. So if you're here nice and early, jump in the chat. Say hey. CCM season was here a moment ago and saying, "Let's go Mariners." Costa, dude, Costa's here. Are you at the game, Costa? Costa, for those who don't know, is a Adelaide fan and a regular attender of Adelaide home games. Jessica's in here. Deal Star, how's it going, mate? How you feeling? How you guys feeling Saturday night? Bit of a chilly Saturday night, but we are 45 minutes away from the kickoff of this A-League semi-final. We've got plenty of time to chat about it. We've got a little bit of a surprise coming up in a few moments as well. A new vlog premiere, which will be shown live in this live stream in about 10, 15 minutes. Aaron Kunda dude, Aaron Kunda scares everyone. Just the raw ability, the talent that he possesses is simply terrifying for opposition defenders. We saw, and look, it's interesting actually heading into this semi-final because we obviously saw this game play out 2 weeks ago, right? We did a live watch along for that game. It was a lot of fun. But we saw Mariners demolish Adelaide 4-1 at their home stadium. And earlier in the season, back, I think it was December that game was played, or January, Adelaide came to Central Coast Stadium and were defeated 4-0. So on aggregate across this season, Mariners have won 8-1, which is pretty surprising, considering that both teams have been, neck and neck on the ladder for much of the season. Garver F season here. How's it going? Tan Lee's in here says, this might be a high-scoring match. And that, I think on face value, that's a fair assessment to make. I've got a feeling, though, and I talked about it in my prediction video during midweek that came out on the channel, that I got the sense, especially with I was at the Sydney City game last night at Allianz Stadium, and there's a sense that both teams are very much aware of the second leg coming up next week and aren't really looking to do anything super risky. And I feel like it might play out similarly in this game. Mariners were good defensively the last time they played Adelaide. Adelaide United really tightened up at the back line. Adelaide United, in that elimination final victory last week against Wellington, kept their first clean sheet in 13 games. 13 games. So I've got a feeling that it might not be as high scoring. My prediction that I said in that elimination in the semi-final prediction video from midweek was 2-1 Adelaide in this game. 2-1 Adelaide. And I think I'm going to stick with that. Which is weird, right? But you'd think me being a Mariners fan, I'd back my team in. And look, I'd love to see us get a result here, but I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what we saw 2 weeks ago. I don't think Adelaide are going to struggle as much as they did. Mariners really ran over them in attack. I don't think we're going to see that again. Boston's in here. How's it going, mate? What is going on here as well? Aaron Kunda going to carry AUFC, says Sydney footballer. Craig Goodwin. If anyone's carrying Adelaide United, it's definitely Craig Goodwin. 2 goals in the elimination final last week. I'm doing well. Boston. Good to see you here. Axel's in here says, "Hey, Lockie, how are you on this fine evening?" It is a fine evening. It's a bit of a chilly evening, but I'm broadcasting live from Central Coast, New South Wales. And score prediction, sticking with 2-1. Sticking with 2-1 to Adelaide. I think they get the win here, but I think it's going to be a different match next week at Central Coast. I think Mariners get the win next week and go through in the end. But I think at home here, Adelaide Carlvet's really going to want his side to bounce back after that really heavy defeat last time. Talking about Sydney footballer. Boston was in the Cove last night for the Sydney City game. Of course, we can talk about that match as well. That was very exciting. And little sneak peek for you guys are here. We did a vlog for the game, and it's not up on the YouTube channel, but I'm going to be premiering it. Is that the word? Premiering it live on this stream in about 5-10 minutes. So it's ready to go, but it hasn't been uploaded yet. But we're gonna be watching it live here in a few moments. So yeah, man. Okay, who now? Don't hate on me for not knowing this, but who is Beta Squad? I legitimately don't know who Beta Squad is, and I saw these posts. I think on the A-League's accounts and everything talking about Beta Squads here. I don't know who Beta Squad is. I don't consume that much content. So I couldn't tell you who Beta Squad are, but they seem to be people. I think there was a couple people from this Beta Squad, and they seem to have some sort of importance. But if someone could enlighten me in terms of who Beta Squad is, a YouTube group like the Sidemen. I've heard of Sidemen. Big British pranksters. Okay. There we go. 5 mil subs from the UK. That's pretty cool. That is cool. We saw them in Sydney FC jerseys. Sounds cool. Dylan says, reckon Garang will come back to the A-League with no game time at the moment. Maybe. I mean, we'd be down. I think any club in the A-League would be down to take Garang Kowal on loan for next season. It'd be great to see him back at Mariners. But I think I get the sense that, Newcastle United, it's a big club. They'll probably be looking at another, maybe a smaller European league for him to get some game time at. Look, it obviously hasn't worked out too well at Hearts. He doesn't seem to be getting that much game time there. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Score prediction, I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Adelaide. I'm sticking with my prediction from my prediction video from midweek. 2-1 Adelaide. I think Mariners hit back in the second leg, though. But yeah, I think it's going to be much closer than the game 2 weeks ago. But drop your score predictions in the chat right now. Very curious to see what everyone has to say about this game, whether it's going to be... I put out the poll during the week, and a lot of people tipped Mariners. Goal scorers tonight. Craig Goodwin's going to grab one. Let's go Goodwin and Irinquinda, which is easy, right? And then for the Mariners, Jason Cummings, who didn't score in that 4-1 win 2 weeks ago. 2 goals to Tulio. What was it? 2 goals to Tulio, and then Nkololo and Harry Steele, right? So I reckon maybe Cummings to get the goal. Vera said he would like to retire at the Mariners. Yeah, that I remember him saying that before he left, didn't he? He said if he was to come back. I was thinking about that the other day, actually, about Mark Birigidi, and over there it's what club is he at again? Motherwell? Completely blanked. I think he's at Motherwell. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Would love to see Mark Birigidi. It'd be cool, Danny Vukovic, a couple of years back at the club, and then if he decides to retire in a year or so, maybe bring back Mark Birigidi. That'd be fun. Toure getting some time. Dude, it's great to see Mo Toure getting some game time in the French First Division. Fantastic. Boston says 1-0 against Mariners. Sorry, AUFC. That'd be big. That'd be big for Mariners to keep a clean sheet here. Once again. Dundee. Thanks for correcting me. Dundee. Why did I think Motherwell? Dundee. All right. In a few moments' time at let's say 7:15. At 7:15, I'm going to premiere my vlog from the Sydney-Melbourne City game from last night. So I'm going to premiere the vlog so we can watch it here live together for the first time. It's not out on the channel. It will be out later tonight or tomorrow on the channel. So it's 7:15, which is in 6 minutes' time. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time. I love this prediction. Let's hope it rings true. 9-0 Central Coast Mariners. Thank you, Jamie. Sydney Footballer says 2-2. I could see. Okay, actually, this game could easily end in a draw. Actually, it's got especially after seeing the way last night's game played out, these first leg semis definitely have draw vibes all over them. And I feel like a draw. I don't know which side would that favour. Probably Adelaide, right? Sorry, I mean, probably Mariners, right? Heading into a home game next week. Why didn't you travel to the game? Yeah, dude, I would have loved to have gotten over there at Cooper Stadium. But I was at Sydney last night for the Sydney-Melbourne City game. But didn't head over this time. 200 nil. You should do a Cove March. It's fun. The Cove looked really strong last night too. The Cove looked great. They were making plenty of noise. Costa, I'm just seeing a comment from a moment ago. So if it's Aaron Kunda, that means late winner. He comes in late usually. Yeah, I think so. I think tonight would be late, and then maybe a late strike from Nesta. Aaron Kunda could be the thing that separates the sides. Let's have a look at the lineups. Strong for both sides. Unchanged lineup for Central Coast Mariners. But some really intriguing battles all over the park. So we're gonna have a look. Let's pull up the lineups here and have a look, dissect it. We'd love to get your guys' thoughts on them. Here we go. All right, let's have a look at Adelaide United first of all. I'll be honest, I haven't even seen Adelaide's lineup yet. I know Mariners lineup, but that is almost the same lineup from last week. So a couple changes here. So Zach Clough is the big one. Zach Clough, the English midfielder, returning from injury straight into that starting lineup. So Jay Barnett's out. Nick Ansell starts at the back once again. He was solid last week against Wellington. Ibasuki starts. So George Blackwood started last week, but Ibasuki starts. So a couple changes up front for the Reds. Plenty of experience there. And then the Central Coast Mariners, the thing that has really helped Mariners in the last few weeks is the consistency in their lineup. And you see it here. I mean, Cummings, Tulio up front, flanked by Silvera and Benny and Kololo. That midfield partnership with Ballard and Nisbet has been really strong for the last couple of months now. It's a good side that the Mariners have built, and it's a side that could definitely make it through to the grand final. Having a little sneak peek at the benches there. So Popovic comes into the bench. He missed out last week. Lockie Barr is there as well. Aaron Kunda, of course. George Blackwood. So interestingly enough, no Jay Barnett. I know that I think the other day he missed out on training due to illness. So potentially that's just still lingering. And then Central Coast Mariners, good attacking options off the bench with the likes of Maresh, Dylan Wenzel-Halls, and Christian Theoharis. So when you look at these two lineups, plenty of match winners. Plenty of match winners there, that's for sure. Do you think Aaron Kunda should start games? I don't think so. And simply because the role that he fulfills now, coming off the bench, it works. It works for Adelaide. It works for him. And that's where he has his impact. So, look, maybe next year. We'll see. What else are we saying here? Luke in the chat says, I think Perth could definitely get finals next year with Ollie Sale. It's something actually I mentioned. I did a video last week talking about Perth Glory a little bit in my reacting to my A-League ladder prediction, which was a lot of fun. If you guys want to check it out, you can check it out afterwards on the channel. I reacted to my ladder prediction from early on the season, and Perth Glory I predicted to finish bottom. Obviously did a lot better than that. Ended up finishing, what did they finish? Ninth? They finished ninth. And they easily could have finished higher. I mean, they were almost, in that last week, they almost had the chance to jump into the top six. I think Glory are building a really good young side and are on the up at the moment. This past season has been an improvement for Perth Glory. And yeah, with guys like Ollie Sale arriving at the club, be interested to see who else they recruit. They've got good young players there who are just going to keep improving and improving. So I think Perth Glory are a team to watch for next year for sure. All right, in 1 minute's time, we're going to premiere the Sydney-Melbourne City vlog. We're going to watch it together here on the live stream, so don't miss it. Stick around. What's your opinion on Silvera? I think he's fantastic. I think his return to Central Coast Mariners, it's been awesome. Just the impact that he has in games, especially for the last few weeks. We think back to that double that he scored against his former club, Newcastle Jets. Samuel Silvera, coming off that left-hand side, has been superb. We love him. We love Sammy. Why isn't Matt Hatch playing? It's a great question. I mean, where Matt Hatch has been. I don't recall if he's been carrying an injury or not. But it's worth mentioning that there's a few players in that Perth Glory squad who have just been missing. Stefan Kolikovsky, where's he? Luke Ivanovic, I think, had an injury for a while, but he there's a few sort of new signings at Glory that just for whatever reason, just didn't get a look in. All right. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are here, we are getting a sneak peek right now at my Sydney-Melbourne City vlog. So we're going to show it on the broadcast right now. Let me know in the chat if you can hear the audio. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But apart from that, we're going to sit back and enjoy this vlog. It goes for about 6 minutes. Here's my vlog from last night's match between Sydney FC and Melbourne City. Here we go. Winning in that one.
Some big injury news for Melbourne City in this game. No Aidan O'Neill, the Socceroo, is out. Didn't travel with the squad, so Florin Berenguer starts as holding midfielder for Melbourne City.
Cove looking strong tonight.
Good building from Sydney. Chance in the box.
Spoiler alert, it was real bad. I don't know if you guys can hear this audio.
Offside.
I love that you can pull up.
Oh, it was close. Sydney fans aren't happy. Was it offside? The front is in. Shoot! Oh!
Tom Glover in this game.
Great chance.
Was on fire.
Sydney FC looking bright early here. Great opportunity for City here. They're getting forward. Geordie Boss. And then, what was that? Sydney deal with it. Well done.
Callum Talbot, former Sydney FC fullback. Mark Attilio, another former Sydney FC player.
Nice play down the wing for City.
Free kick in a good position, just the edge of that box.
Lucky and
Geordie Boss, Matt Leckie on that left wing.
Soccer's combination, dangerous.
It was one of those weird ones where it didn't look like it was going to go in. It looked like the keeper was going to claim it.
Allianz Stadium has been silent.
Great start to this game by Sydney FC, but Melbourne City, Matthew Leckie scoring for City against the run of play here.
Little drama here. Maybe the goal won't stand. There's a VAR check. Not sure what it's for. The rest been called over. Is it offside? It doesn't look offside. The referee's had a decent look at the screen here. Decision from the referee. Goal.
City substitutes. Scott Galloway, the boots in there as well.
Some good options off the bench. Oh! That's not bad. Jelio, he loves these chances. He's in the box.
Saw yourself in the block, dude, really?
North Wanderers telling him to get up.
You're behind the goal. That was probably his chance. He didn't even have to show goal there.
Probably that. Great move. Tom Glover with a good save.
Tom Glover double save.
How did that not go in? Incredible. Was it Tom Glover again? Remarkable stuff. Time. Sydney 0, Melbourne City 1.
Really entertaining half so far. Sydney started the game really brightly. Had that goal that was wiped off due to offside. They keep finding that goal for Melbourne City. Then you try to see how Sydney FC come out in the second half. Was in the Sydney derby last week. Sydney came out of the half-time sheds really, really strongly. So we'll see how they go here in the second half of the first leg.
Oh, Grant.
Put more trouble in the blocks.
And a back, no, it was there. Grant away. His chance. Oh, he's been in such good form of late too.
Was he?
Oh! Right start to the second half from Sydney. Rodwell from range. Ollie's coming off the Mac.
Every man came up early in the second.
taken again.
Adam Alfonso. That's 6 goals and 6 now.
Sydney equalised.
6 goals and 6. Wait, here we go. Wait for it. Moments later, Sydney scored a second. But wait for it.
Crazy thing. Sydney hit a second. They're in front.
Offside. VAR spoiled the party. That was a good chance.
Sydney won, Melbourne City won. Really entertaining semi-final first leg. Sydney FC came out firing early and had some great opportunities to win the game. That disallowed goal in that second half was a big moment in the game. Melbourne City showing their class in this game. I think they'll be too strong in the second leg. Sydney doing well the whole city in this game.
So there we go. Sydney City vlog will be out on the channel real soon. But there we go. Little premiere for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The Bo show's in here. Do you think Mariners can beat Adelaide United like a couple weeks ago? I think there's an absolutely a chance that they will, but I think it'll be a lot closer. I think if Mariners do get the win tonight, it'll be by a goal, maybe a goal or two. I don't think Mariners will score 4 again. I think it'll just be the one. I think it'll just be the one if Mariners do get the win. Boston met Marco Tilio's cousin. Very cool. Let's have another sneak peek at these lineups and have a look at where some of the danger men sit in these lineups. Craig Goodwin, obviously, 2 goals last week against Wellington. Last time these teams met, he didn't quite have as much freedom. He didn't have as good of a game, Craig Goodwin. Could you put that down to Storm Roo? I mean, the great thing that Mariners like to do is the wingers, the wide midfielders, always get back in support of the fullbacks. That's a big factor to the way Mariners play. So look at if Mariners stay strong defensively again, that'll be their way through to win. That'll be their way through. Lindsay Kelly's in here. How's it going? Says go Mariners. Don't give them a chance. It's a fair point you make there. If Adelaide get the chance, they take it, especially now with Ibusuki back into that starting lineup. Dylan says Storm's second half of the season has been great. He's been fantastic, and it's a good example of where Mariners have lost a good player in that right back area. You know, Mariners last season had Lewis Miller, who was probably the best right back in the competition, maybe behind Yabi Lopez. And Storm Roo has slotted in there and done a fantastic job. Really, really good job. What do you think, McGarry? I assume you mean McGarry there, Bojo. Keep getting picked. Is getting picked more in the starting 11 than Farrell. He's in great form. And I think for me, McGarry has some assets that maybe Farrell doesn't have. For me, Jacob Farrell's a bit more of a defensive fullback. McGarry's a bit more attacking, loves getting up the flank, seems to have more pace than Jacob Farrell, better crossing ability than Jacob Farrell. Not saying that Farrell's ability, who's sitting on the bench tonight, Jacob Farrell, isn't bad. Is bad by any means. No, Jacob Farrell has played in plenty of good crosses in his time in the A-League over the last couple of seasons. But for me, James McGarry is slotted in so well and is rightfully keeping his place. So, look, if McGarry was to miss a game for whatever reason, and we saw it the last time these teams played, Farrell came on, and that was mainly to nullify the threat of Nesrio and Kunda. And that worked a treat, didn't it? It worked really, really well. Big shout here from Miller. From Dylan. Says I think Miller was better than Boss at fullback. They were sort of similar when you think of the way they play. Very sort of tall, physical fullbacks, good pace, good strength. I see where you're coming from. For me, I think Geordie Boss is still just ahead of him. I think Geordie Boss is fantastic. But look, hopefully Miller continues his development over at Hibs in Scotland, and maybe gets a Socceroos call-up of his own soon. Who's your favourite Mariners player? Currently of all time, or of all time? Currently, it probably is Sam Silvera. I just love the way Sam Silvera plays. He plays. This is definitely his best season in the A League for me. Literally, as we're talking about that, about Sammy, he's currently on the broadcast. He's mic'd up while they're training. So there we go. For me, Sam Silvera has just been fantastic. VAT saying Adelaide will start very well, but Central Coast Mariners will make a comeback with comeback scoring. Would love to see Cummings get on the score sheet, man. Didn't get on the score sheet in that 4-1 win the other day, 2 weeks ago. Could get on the score sheet here. Score prediction. You're lucky. What's the score prediction? I'm sticking with the prediction that I went from my prediction video that I dropped early in the week. Adelaide 2, Mariners 1. I think Adelaide get the win here, which is maybe a unpopular prediction, especially coming from a Mariners fan. But I think Reds looked really good in that win against Wellington last week. They were in control for 90% of that game. And I think they would have learned their lessons after suffering that big defeat to Mariners the other week. I think this is a really tight game. I think Adelaide get up 2-1. It could end at just like a 1-1 draw, maybe like a 2-2 draw. I think Reds get the win at home, and Mariners to come back in the second leg and get a win, and to go through the grand final. In my prediction video, I said 2-1 to Adelaide in this game, and then 2-1 to Mariners next week, going through to penalties. Mariners win on penalties. It's hard to split. Like when you look at these, the seasons that these teams have had, really sort of similar. Really similar. Jessica saying 1-0 Adelaide. So we've had a few score predictions coming in, some low scoring ones. Amzoon here says 2-2. 2-2. I could definitely see the 2-2 happening. You know, plenty of goal scorers on the field, but especially after seeing that Sydney-Melbourne City game last night, you get the sense that this might end in a draw. All right. We have... Oh, dude, time's flying. We've only got 18 minutes till kickoff. 18 minutes till kickoff. We'll have the lineup graphics up here. It's also worth mentioning as well, this Adelaide lineup is a little bit different to the one that lost 4-1 a few weeks ago. You know, Nick Ansell. They didn't have Zach Clough in that game 2 weeks ago. Did Ibusuki start 2 weeks ago? I don't think so. I think Ivanovic started. But it was a slightly different lineup. Slightly different lineup for Adelaide 2 weeks ago as well. Those show my prediction is that the Mariners will beat Adelaide 2-0. VAT says Adelaide might win, but Mariners will go God mode in the second leg. Dude, and I tell you what, I'm really hoping that we see like a massive crowd next week, like huge crowd. Next week at Central Coast Stadium we have the opportunity to pull a massive crowd. So fingers crossed, we can do it. Casual Sydney FC supporter, remember me? I love that. How's it going, mate? Good to see you here. Hope you enjoyed the Sydney FC. I was about to say Sydney FC win, Sydney FC draw last night. Dude, it almost could have been a win for Sydney FC last night, to be fair. Almost. They had the chances last night. Actually, let's have a look at that. Let's pull that up. Let's have a look at maybe some of the stats here. The way it played out last night. Sydney FC won. Melbourne City won last night. Goals to Matthew Leckie for City. LaFondra from the penalty spot. Sydney with the more shots, man. 13 shots. Less possession, which isn't too much of a surprise, I think. But with 7 shots on target, they had the opportunities to win the game, man. Had the opportunities to win the game. And I'm really curious to see how the second leg plays out. I think it'll be very much the same story. But if Sydney are going to go through the grand final, they're going to need to put in probably their best defensive performance of the season, which they could do because they've been good in defensive late. They have been good. They have been good. All right. We got like what, 15 minutes till kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes till kickoff. What else are we saying here? Fortnite says, "Sup, Lockie, bro. Sup, Fortnite, bro. As an Adelaide fan, we definitely got to defend deep tonight to avoid the quick counters Central Coast Mariners can pull off." And that's what won the game for Mariners 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? It was the pace and attack. You think back to that first goal. I think it was coming off a corner, long ball for Cummings. He played a really good pass for Tulia, who had acres of space in the box, and that little chip. Just because one of the main weapons that Central Coast have in attack is their pace. Sam Silvera, Benny Cololo, Tulio's fast. Cummings even has some pace. There's some fast plays in this Mariners side. Probably a little bit more pace than Adelaide, to be fair. Red's explosive pace comes from, Aaron Kunda off the bench. But, the likes of, Zach Clough, Aaron Kunda aren't necessarily super quick on their feet. Going back to Sydney FC, Sydney Footballer says Rodwell and Wilkinson are GOAT in defence. They've been really good. They've been really good last few weeks. Really, really strong. Sam's in here. How's it going, Sam? Says Mariners to win. Said Manchester by accident. That's a good boat. I understood your meaning, but with Melbourne City, I think Sydney can. I assume you mean maybe get through to the grand final, but Melbourne City will have the home advantage in the second leg, and that'll be big for them. That'll be big for them. Sydney FC are going to have to really dig deep if they want to get through to the grand final. Really dig deep. Lockie, what is your favorite song right now? Right now, Oh Caroline, the 1975. Raj Gaming 458 Short is in here. How's it going, mate? Says, hello, bro. I think today's game will be a tie. I think you're right, Raj. I think this could well end in a draw. I think there's a great opportunity for both sides to win it, but draw in the first leg looks likely. Are you going to the second leg? Yes. Yes, absolutely going to the second leg, man. Would not miss it. Would not miss it. Another 2-2 prediction. We've seen a few 2-2 predictions tonight. A few 2-2 predictions. The 10-play broadcast. We're seeing the Mariners boys in their huddle. Matt Simon's in there as well. Matt Simon, of course, joining the coaching department of the Mariners after retiring from his playing days. Compare the pair on the broadcast. Craig Goodwin, 14 goals this season, 10 assists. Fantastic numbers. Jason Cummings, 16 goals, 5 assists. That's good to see Cummings chipping in with a few assists there. But Craig Goodwin, man, I mean, for me, is the best player in the league. He's just the importance to his squad. He's so vital to the way Adelaide play. Casual Sydney FC supporter with a fun fact. Melbourne City have not lost a game at home this season. Hopefully, we can break it. Is that true? Is that true? I think you might be right, actually. I'm trying to rack my brain to think if Melbourne City lost a home game. They almost did to Newcastle a few weeks ago. But yeah. Are you watching on Paramount? I'm watching on the 10-play app. Yeah, I'm watching on the 10-play app. 10-play app. Of course, this game is available on free-to-air, which is great. It's the great thing about all the A-League finals. All the A-League finals are available on in Australia on 10 Bold, I believe. 10 Bold. Jay O'Shea is great. Jay O'Shea is very underrated. Jay O'Shea is one of the best midfielders in the league and has been for the last few years. So good on you, Sam, for shouting out Jay O'Shea there. I think he's a player that flies under the radar in the A League. But he chipped in with a number of goals. I think he was Brisbane's top goal scorer from this past season. And so crucial to the way they play. Oh, I love this. We've got some goal scoring time predictions. Ibasuki 32nd, Tullio 55th, Cumming 70th, and Aaron Kunda 86. I could see that happening. At 1 goal to Adelaide in the first half. Mariners second. Mariners with the 2 in the second half. And then Aaron Kunda late, 2-2. I like that prediction. You got his match-worn shirt. Dude, so good. Frame that. We've got the framed Mariners jersey from the 2013 grand final back here. 2013 grand final, 10 years since the Mariners were last in the grand final. Can we make it there again? Can we do it? We have. Oh my gosh, it's less than 10 minutes. It always flies by pre-game, doesn't it? It always flies by. 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes until kickoff. Adelaide Mariners about to get underway. Go to the final in Coasty drip. Maybe I should like take off. I don't even know if I can. Maybe I should take off the glass of that jersey and wear that. It looks a bit big for me, to be fair. I'm like a medium. Fortnite's here says, I was going to go to the game, but I just love these streams, Lockie. It's so chill here. Dude, well, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. And that's the thing. I like to keep it chill, you know? I like to keep it a nice, friendly, fun space. Yeah, man. So thanks. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. I seriously do. We've done a bunch of live watch-alongs to finish off this season for the last few weeks. 2 weeks ago, that was that huge one. We did that double watch-along, the Adelaide Mariners game, simultaneous with the City Wanderers game. Almost forgot. For the final round of the season, that was a lot of fun. And I tell you what, the live streams when we're watching Mariners are always different. I feel like I should put the scarf on, man. Maybe I should put the scarf on. I just don't have anything to replace it, you know? If I take that, I'll tell you what, I'll take that and I'll move the hat to the side. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. Adam's in here. How's it going, mate? Good to see you here, mate. There we go. We're going to put the scarf on. So the scarf usually sits. In the background. But I feel weird watching my Mariners play and not wearing any Mariners attire, man. So we're gonna wear the scarf. It's a colder night too. Bojo, I love this niche connection. So Bojo says one of my friends is the father of Nisbet's girlfriend. So I got my Mariners poster and my hat signed by all the Mariners. Let me just follow that. So that's really cool, by the way. But your friend, one of my friends is the father of Nisbet's girlfriend. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. There you go. Sydney FC Fan TV's here. Says, yo, Lockie, what's up, mate? Oh, man, how's it going? I love the energy you're coming in here with. Sydney FC Fan TV. Hope you enjoyed the game last night. We've got my Sydney City vlog coming out real soon. So keep an eye on the channel. What does the scarf say? Let's have a sneak peek at the scarf. This is a member's scarf from. It'll say the year. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh no, that's right. It's over here, isn't it? So this is a scarf from the 17-18 season. which was one of Mariners' worst ever seasons. I think we came last that year, but from 17-18. But of course, we stick through the club through thick and thin. So that's one side, and then just the other side, you've just got, where are we? Central Coast Mariners FC on the other side, which looks great. Like it looks great like that when you hold it up at the game, you know. Looks great. Anyway, yeah, man. Adam says, I think this game will be entertaining. I'm sure it will be. My prediction will be a 2-0 win for the Coasties. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Are you going to get a new scarf soon? Dude, probably not. I'll tell you why. Because this scarf, you probably can't tell. But welcome back to Scarf Reviews on Coast Watch Football. A-League Scarf Reviews. It's made out of like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a silky sort of material. Of course, those of us here in Australia know that the A-League is played through the summer season. It gets real hot. You don't want to be wearing a warm woolly scarf. So, dude, I've been sticking with the scarf for the last few years because it's great for summer. It's great for summer. I've got some other scarves somewhere, but they're all the sort of the woolly ones, you know. Anyway, the game is going to kick off in literally within 5 minutes. Rate Allianz Stadium 10-1. Dude, it's fantastic. 8 out of 10. Love it. 4 minutes till kickoff. Tensions building. We saw it on the socials, the A-League socials, that Cooper Stadium potentially sold out tonight. Potentially sold out. And here we go. They are set to be walking out now. Worth mentioning as well, of course, on YouTube, for those of you new here. First of all, if you're new here, how's it going? My name's Lockie. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're about to get underway with this match. Can't wait for it. But of course, there is that slight delay on the YouTube live stream. So you might see me react 5 to 10 seconds or so after the action. But thanks for bearing with me. Rate HBF Park. Haven't been there. So first of all, I'll say I haven't been there. So I people always ask me to rate stadiums and stuff, and I haven't been to most stadiums in the A-League. I've only been to a handful. I haven't been outside of New South Wales for an A-League game, believe it or not. Hopefully going to get outside New South Wales for some A-League games next season, man. But if I had to rate HBF Park just off from what it looks like, I mean, it's got the shed. It's got that big, nice new stand behind the far end from when you're watching it on a broadcast. I'm going to give HBF Park a 7 out of 10. I don't think there's much wrong with it. But maybe my rating will go up once I experience it in person one day. Here we go. Teams coming out of the tunnel now. Dude, Cooper Stadium looks good. Looks good, dude. How tall is Nisbet? Is he 5'2"? He's the shortest player in the A-League. I'm pretty sure that's confirmed. I'm pretty sure he is. Are you going to HBF Park anytime next season? Would love to get there one day, man. Would love to get there. We'll have to wait and see when the schedule comes out. KO Stadium will, of course, no more A-League games at KO Stadium, at least for the near future. Brisbane Roar, thankfully, returning to Suncorp Stadium. Sam, being a Brisbane fan, you must be happy with that. Seeing Brisbane Roar back at Suncorp Stadium, where they've had plenty of success over the past few years. Sorry, past few years. Past decade, I should say. What were your thoughts of the Sydney crowd yesterday? Dude, it was really good. I know the number wasn't as big as maybe people would have hoped. I think it was around like 15,000 or something like that. So some people might have expected a big crowd, but it felt great. It sounded great. Cove was making plenty of noise. Oh, good question. Why did you start YouTube? Started YouTube because I needed an avenue to create content around the A-League. Started with a podcast and did that for 12 months and then got into the video content. And basically here just to sort of create A-League fan content and just create excitement around the A-Leagues. That was the main thing. That was the main thing. What ones have you gone to? So what stadiums have we gone to? We've been to, obviously, Central Coast Stadium, which is now known as Industry Group Stadium. I've been to McDonald Jones Stadium, home of Newcastle Jets, many a times. I've been to Combank Stadium, home of Western Sydney Wanderers, several times. I've been to the Allianz Stadium when it was old and new a dozen or so times. What else? We've been to Wynn Stadium at Wollongong. Mariners played Phoenix there last season. What other stadiums? Mudgee. We've been out to Mudgee. Mariners have played a couple games out of Mudgee in the last couple of years. And I'm definitely missing some. Mariners once played a game at North Sydney Oval like a decade ago. I guess that counts, but it's no one's home stadium. Who else did we... I can't think. Anyway, those are the ones that are spring to mind. All right, lads. First 1201. Good question, dude. And appreciate these questions. Even if you guys have any questions about the content or anything, I'm more than happy to answer them. 1201 asks, what prompted you to begin A-League content? I've been following it since I was a kid, so I've always had that ongoing passion for it. And content creation was something that I've always been interested in. So combining those two things sort of led to this. And basically there was a space for it. There really isn't many. There's a bunch now. There's some great A-League content creators out there. Joe K Football on TikTok is great. I love the stuff that Front Page Football do. The Common Football Fan on Instagram and TikTok. There's a bunch out there. A-League Couch Critics, great stuff. Sunday Balders. Yeah, man. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get underway. We're too busy talking. First half about to get underway here at Cooper Stadium. We have kickoff. Adelaide taking on Mariners. Thanks so much for the questions, guys. Feel free to keep the questions and comments coming throughout the stream. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on the chat. But the game is underway. Cooper Stadium looks almost completely sold out, man. Not many spare seats there. Not many spare seats at all. Jubilee Stadium. I never got down to Jubilee Stadium, actually. Sydney FC have obviously spent plenty of time down there in the last few years. Never got down there, actually. So, semi-final. Mariners, 3 consecutive years of finals football. Many Mariners fans, we saw some shots a moment ago, and there was a decent number of them in the away bay. The away bay at Cooper Stadium is very small. It's on that sort of that far right hand corner. So we'll keep an eye. We'll keep an eye on it when we head over there on the broadcast. Good to see the Mariners in their home kit, fresh yellow and navy. Forward for Adelaide United. Ben Halloran looking to use his pace. Good use of the field here from Adelaide United. Ball comes in, decent placement. And there's appeals for a penalty against Brian Kaltak. Has it been awarded? Alex King's given it. Chat's blowing up. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, dude. Huge opportunity, man. Not the start they wanted, indeed. Penalty. Mariners approach. Dude, I can't have any complaints about that. You maybe question why his arms are even out that wide in the first place. They don't really need to be out that high and away from his body. Early. So early in the game. This is really look, Mariners are going to this game with a lot of confidence after getting the big win here last time, but this will be a big advantage for Adelaide early on in this match. Craig Goodwin. against Danny Vukovic, 2 players who went to the World Cup with the Socceroos last November. Early opportunity for Goodwin. Up against Vukovic. Here we go. Solid penalty. Dude, when Craig Goodwin has the ball at the penalty spot, he's going to score every time. That is the perfect start for Adelaide United. The perfect start. 2 minutes in. Oh, my goodness. Danny Vukovic did go the right way, man. He guessed the right way. You can't have many complaints about the penalty being awarded. Danny Vukovic got really close to that too. I tell you, dude, the power that Goodwin put onto that, the power that Goodwin had in that, certainly helped. That's for sure. But there you go, huge, great start, for Adelaide. Man, that's massive. It completely changes things going in. Usually, the opening 10, 15 minutes of these semi-finals, it's a cagey opening always. But Adelaide, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Two penalties in 2 days, indeed. 3 if you count the disallowed one from last night. But you're right, a couple penalties already in these semi-final ties. Perfect start for the Reds, man. Perfect start for Adelaide. Look, obviously there's plenty of time, and that's why I'm not too concerned. Not only is there plenty of time, obviously, in tonight's match, but there's a second leg coming up. So, regardless of what happens. All right. Mariners just need to get themselves on the ball here, get themselves back in possession, settle down, settle into the game. Adelaide have the early goal. Can't have many complaints. We move forward from here. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in for this live watch along. If you're enjoying it so far and want to support the channel, feel free to hit the like button. We have our Melbourne Sydney vlog coming out real soon. Would be great if Mariners hit back straight away here. Just to level things up. Oh, Pelson 12-1. It's a big question, my friend. How long, if ever, do you think the A-League will return to its peak? I don't think it's that far off. But that's the short answer. The long answer is much more complex. Maybe that's something we'll talk about at halftime. Mariners is almost in. Looking to work down the left-hand side here, Central Coast. VAT, that's a good way to look at it. There's basically 4 quarters, each quarter being 45 minutes. It's a fair way to think about it. Crowd is going wild. Crowd looks great, man. And an early goal like that to get them on side, to get them to get them cheering. Weddle says, I think the National Second Division will help. Ooh, interesting question from Jessica. What former A-League stadium was the best? What former A-League stadium was the best? Great question. I'm just thinking of the teams that have folded. Those are the ones that spring to mind, right? Former stadium. Look, I never went there. I never went to the stadium itself, but the Gold Coast United Stadium, I really like the look of that stadium. You know, it's just sort of like the one tier that goes all the way around. It looks like a decent football stadium. And I'm very much an advocate of another Gold Coast team being reintroduced to the A-League. I think we need a second Queensland team real soon. Mariners won. Sorry, Adelaide won. Mariners nil. I wish Mariners won. Adelaide chant is so creative. Dude, I can't hear it. What is it? That's the only downside of doing these live streams. I don't have the game audio. Otherwise, that would make things very complex. 10 minutes into this game, Adelaide won, Mariners nil. Bright start for the Reds. The goal giving Adelaide a huge advantage. And just mentally will do wonders just to settle the Reds after that big defeat 2 weeks ago. Knowing that they've got the lead here. They're at home. Oh, the Adelaide United chant. Yeah. I know the one you're talking about. I know the one you're talking about where it's just Adelaide United. Adelaide United. It's just, I tell you what, it's like it's good to have the simple chants like that when they're doing the back and forth with like the fans on the other stands. So it's an easy one. Adelaide United. It'd be funny if other teams did that. Central Coast Mariners. That'd be funny. Central Coast Mariners. Sydney FC. That one doesn't quite work as well. Melbourne victory. That kind of works. That's kind of cool because they're sort of yelling victory. Although that has MLS vibes written all over it. Person 1201. Did you listen to the Danny Townsend? Did you listen to Danny Townsend on the Born Offside podcast? Yes, I did. When Adelaide lost Glenn as their lead chant guy. It all went downhill. I don't know Glenn, so I can't make any comment on that. But hope he's going all right, whoever Glenn is, if he's no longer there. Lindsay in the chat says, one day Craig will score from field play. That'll fool him. Forward chance for the Mariners. Mariners having some good possession here. Maintaining possession of the ball. Are you going pitch side in the second leg? I'll be in the stands. Glenn stepped down from the role a few years ago. Okay, there you go. Thank you for informing me. Mariners corner is good. Caltack's shot just goes wide. Great opportunity. Some appeals for another corner or maybe a penalty, but that was a great chance. Brian Caltack. Almost scored indeed. It looked like it took a deflection from the angle behind the goal. Maybe. Yeah, dude, I guess that's just the impact that the Socceroos had, hey, because the Socceroos had such a successful World Cup campaign. It's great to see too. I think it's awesome. that these players, these Socceroos now go to other stadiums and people want their autographs. Jason Cummings, Craig Goodwin, these guys are really well known in the Australian football landscape now. Here's Tulio down the left. Another corner. The Central Coast responding well after going down early and creating some good chances here. Another corner. Equaliser nice and early here would be very handy indeed. Very handy indeed. Brian Caltech in there once again. Tulio has the short option if he wants it. Can we find the equaliser? He does go short. Here we go. Edge of the box. Oh, nice play. Dude, this is beautiful. Oh, what a chance. Oh, my gosh. Dude, set play almost worked out there. Oh, my gosh. How do we not tap that in? How do we not tap that in? Great opportunity. Still on here for the Mariners. Dude, that's straight off the training pitch. Straight off the training pitch. Would have been amazing if that worked out. Caltech plays it forward. Good chance here. Oh, what a goal! Fantastic strike. And we were talking about him pre-game, but James McGarry equalizes. What a goal. The perfect response from the Mariners. Fantastic. That was a screamer indeed. You can see the Mariners fans in the away base celebrating. Was that his right foot too? Was that his right foot? What a strike. What a strike. He found the space. Dude, it was his right foot. What's Joe Gauci doing there? What's Joe Gauci doing? That was way close enough for Gauci. Gauci stood still there. Arguably the best goalkeeper in the A-League this past season is standing still. The shot was a meter away from him. Unless there was maybe a bit deceptive from the camera angle, maybe a little bit more height. But maybe it's just credit to the strike. Definition of a banger indeed. Wow, man. Marcus says McGarry betrayed Newcastle and has become amazing under Monty. He's been a fantastic recruitment. Fantastic recruitment. But that's the thing, dude. Since Nick Montgomery's come in, almost every single one of the players he's brought in has done a fantastic job. VAT agrees, says Joe Gauci should have got that. The fact that he didn't dive, he didn't go for that. It was bizarre. Sydney FC Fan TV says Joe Gauci showing why Lawrence Thomas is the best keeper this season. Tan Lee, dude, it's looking likely this could be a high-scoring match. Indeed. High-scoring match, potentially. Another chance here for the Mariners. Good ball in, but Joe Gauci claims this one. Here we go. Oh, Adelaide breaking down the right-hand side here. Counter-attack is on. Inside, the cutback doesn't find a teammate. This game already opening up. I talked about it earlier, how I was like, I don't know, man. I think this could be a tight game. I don't think it'll be high-scoring again. Well, we're already 1-1. We're already 1-1, 18 minutes in. McGarry, though, what a goal, dude. I believe that's his second or third goal now. He scored against Wellington at home in the regular season, and I can't recall if he scored another one. I feel like he might have. Had one more, but that might be his third. Someone let me know in the chat. Someone let me know. Fortnite says, can sense a bit of a rivalry brewing between Central Coast Mariners and Adelaide. I think, yeah, absolutely. You can definitely sense that. The fact that they've been close on the ladder for the whole season. The fact that Mariners beat Adelaide not only to second spot on the ladder this season, but beat them to an Asian, an AFC Cup spot. Here's a chance down the left. Sammy Silvera into the box. Delivering. Headed away by Kiddo. Only as far as that. Is that Storm Roo? Not sure what he was trying there. Okay, dude. We're not even 20 minutes in, and this has already been a rather back and forth game. But perfect response from the Central Coast to get back on level terms here. Great, just great attitude. Great attitude. You know, away from home, easily could have sat off, let Adelaide sort of overpower them. Great move down the right. Benny and Kalolo flicks it off for Storm Roo. Mariners looking hungry. And Kalolo in the box. Goes short. Still on. Surely, Sammy. Oh, no. That's got to be a foul. Surely, yep. Mates, dude, Mariners looking very good. Mariners looking very, very good. VAT Central Coast Mariners are pressing. The opportunities are there, man. The opportunities are coming. Troy's in here. How's it going, mate? Says, hey, Lockie, go Mariners. What a goal from McGarry. Fantastic strike indeed, wasn't it? Superb. Bosho says McGarry scored 3 times this season against Wellington. Forgot who he scored against, but it was like a ninja kick goal. I think that was the... Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. There was sort of like a flying volley one. But was that not the Wellington one? I can't recall. Anyway. Newey Jets football's in here. How's it going, mate? This is a great start to the game. McGarry's been great since joining Central Coast Mariners. Mariners dominating since that goal was scored by Goodwin. It's been a superb response. It's really surprising. You'd think with that goal, Adelaide United would have given them a lot of confidence early on and just to control the game and control the ball. But Mariners showing why they're the second best team in the league this season. Responding well. And getting themselves back level early on, which is exactly what you want. And this rivalry between the Reds and Mariners definitely building nicely. $20 minutes, dude, for this much action, 21 minutes in. What's going to happen from here? Dude, this game could end 5-5. This game could end 5-5. Just the fact that McGarry scored that with his weak foot too. Well, here we go. We're away down the right-hand side. Benny Kalolo goes down. That's got to be a foul, surely. Or was it Tulio? Play on. Play on. Which game do you think was most interesting this season? I mean, for me, it's going to be the Perth Adelaide game from a few weeks ago, right? The 4-4. Just that insane finish. For me, that was the game of the season. Looks like a top crowd and great atmosphere. It does indeed. Cooper Stadium. The Adelaide fans showing up in force, as they have done for much of this season. Adelaide now getting themselves forward. Decent delivery. Headed away. Still on for the Reds. Isaias from long range. Vukovic had to get down to that. It was on target. Troy says, you can see the hunger we have tonight, as of course we should. Just got home from work, so nervous and excited. To respond like that after going down early is just a sign of the current mentality in the side, isn't it? You get the sense that Monty's telling the players, regardless of what happens, regardless of You know, if Adelaide were to get one early, which they did, we're always in it. Here we go. Chance. Oh, great challenge there. Benny Nkolola was almost away. What are your thoughts on all these big players rumored to leave West City Wanderers? Do you think there's something deeper behind the scenes? I don't think there's anything deeper behind the scenes. I think it's just our regular A-League transfer round. What's the word? Just the transfer rumors that we always see at the end of the season. I was about to say transfer roundabout, but that didn't sound right. What's the word I'm looking for? Transfer. There's a word. Anyway. Sam says, so nice to see Mariners doing well for a few seasons. It's been great. Dude, as a Mariners fan, after those seasons where we're just struggling for so long, it's really, really great to see. It's awesome. Benny Nkolola, nice flick forward. Oh, great pass over the top, almost for Cummings. Silvera's there. Good chance, Mariners. Silvera cutting in. Oh my gosh. Off the post, dude. Silvera was packing power behind that. What a chance. Still on. Delivery. Gauchi claims. Dude, Mariners are hungry. Mariners are hungry. Crossbar. Here's the replay. Sammy Silvera. Oh my goodness, dude. An inch lower and that would have bounced in. He smacked that too. That was flying, that shot. There's no way Joe Gauchi was saving that. It literally centimeters lower, and that bounces off the crossbar and in. Bosho saying this game's going to be insane. The way it's going, we're only a quarter of the way into this match, and mate, action packed. Adelaide coming forward now. Great chance in the box for the Reds. Good block by Caltech. Spicy stuff. Spicy stuff. Reds still getting forward. It's more so like whoever wins this leg, it's going to be like which side can defend better. You know what I mean? Like which side has the stronger defense. There's going to be so many chances for both sides across this game. Which side can just hold on in defense? And it is Mariners who just have the better defense. Adelaide have been pretty leaky across much of the season, despite finishing third. 46 goals conceded. Make that 47 now. Adelaide with a good spell of possession here, though, which they need. They need because they, dude, I think Culver would be really disappointed with the way his side has played on after that early goal. Not the way they wanted to play forward. And here we go. Mariners are playing forward here. That cross wasn't going to find a teammate. Josh Nisbet recollects. Good opportunity here, Central Coast. Mate, we are getting into good positions. It almost feels like it's just a matter of time before Mariners find this find the goal to go ahead. 1-1 as it stands, but it's Central Coast Mariners who are really dominating this first half now. Almost half an hour in. It's a lot of space too. Both teams are finding a lot of space around the pitch, especially in midfield. Well done, Nisbet, winning the ball. Great challenge. Josh Nisbet, smallest man on the pitch. Cummings forward and Kololo off the right. Great chance. Benny and Kololo. Oh, mate. Oh. Dude, I'm nervous. We're looking good. Mariners are looking good, but I'm nervous. Nectar Trent. That's not a foul at all. Ibusuki, dude, it's Oh, heavy collision there. Sam Silvera goes down. There's something happening every 5 seconds here. Barely keeping an eye on the chat. Sam's saying end to end at the moment. When did they introduce two-leg semis? I never really remember it. Last year was the first year they had it. Last season was the first season they introduced it. And they did have it previously for memory, like early on in some of the early seasons, I think. We had two-leg semis, like 10 years, not 10 years ago, longer than that. But yeah, it's back. I like it. Actually, a genuine question. How do you guys sit? How do you guys feel about two-leg semis? You're a fan? You a fan? It is indeed end to end at the moment. Troy says, not going to lie, I've not been the biggest fan of Ballard, but wow, he's improved heaps. He's been great. Very underrated. Referee lets everything slide. We've seen it now, yeah. In the last few moments, a couple potential fouls. Just letting him go, which we like. We want that. Let the game flow. 12-1 says, really like the two-leg semis, gives every club an opportunity for a home game. And for me, that's the big thing. I mean, more teams getting home finals. And we know that finals games are where the big crowds are. So I think it's awesome. And it gives, people who an opportunity to people who maybe don't usually go along to A-League games, heading along to one of these semi-finals and going, man, this is great. I love this. I'm coming along next season. That's the big thing with home finals. Jessica says like it because there's more football to watch. And there you go. I mean, more games, right? More finals matches. That's a great reason, of course. Half an hour into this game, Adelaide won. Central Coast Mariners won. Craig Goodwin with the goal for the Reds. James McGarry with a fantastic strike to equalise. Great chance in behind heel Silvera. Oh my gosh. Still on. Benny and Kololo. Well, Mariners should be up 2-1. Mariners should be up 2-1, man. Some more fantastic play. The replay. Benny and Kololo. Sam Silvera. Cummings was there with the shots. That's really, really good goalkeeping from Joe Gauchi. Superb. Joe Gauchi. What a game this has been so far. Charlie says, great game this. Indeed, it has been. We're only half an hour in. How do you feel about the final being played in Sydney? Don't agree with the decision. I don't think anyone does. Silvera should just take that shot. He probably should have, but I mean, the pass worked out. And you'd think from there, Cummings should have scored, surely, right? Cummings should have scored. Troy says, from a moment earlier, says, can't wait for Saturday. Our paradise is going to be rocking. Dude, it's going to be great. Can't wait for it. What AFL team do you support? Greater Western Sydney Giants. Loving the A-League at the moment, says Taylor. It's been great, hasn't it? A-League finals has been fantastic so far. Touches. Oh, here we go on the broadcast. The stat: touches in opponent boxes. 5 for Adelaide, 19 for Mariners. Chance for Adelaide. Working through the box was Craig Goodwin there. Still on for the Reds. Craig Goodwin for Zach Clough. Adelaide haven't had too many chances. Danny Vukovic again there to make the save. Central Coast Mariners deserve a second goal the way this half is going. Absolutely deserve it. Really surprising. After that early penalty, I was worried. I was a little bit worried, to be honest. It's like Adelaide have got that early goal. They're in front. They're at home. My prediction, I went for that Adelaide win, which of course could still happen. But for Mariners to equalise and to respond the way they have, and to create so many chances. And here we go, dude. That move didn't work out, but that there's like a pass there from Silvera into Nkololo and the little back heel. Mariners are just playing with so much freedom at the moment. They're allowing their attacking players so much creativity and freedom. The players are expressing themselves, and it's great to watch. Another chance for Adelaide here. no handball from Caltech this time. Blocked it on his chest. Sammy, don't commit the foul, Sammy. Well done. Tulio goes away. Well done. Early for Cummings. Nice play. Dude, this is good. Down the left. Cummings. There's just so much space. Neither of these teams interested in defending too much. Triantis bringing the ball forward. Here come the Central Coast again. Delivery wide. All right, Adelaide back in possession. Settling down a little bit now. Is Silvera eligible to play for the Socceroos? He's really good. Yes, he is. And I'm sure, based off his form this season, Graham Idle, I'm sure, is having a good hard look at him. What team do you support in the A-League? Adelaide? Let's show the scarf once again, shall we? Bang. Central Coast Mariners, my friend. We've got the scarf on from the 17-18 season. Central Coast Mariners. Dude, Taylor, thanks for clicking on the stream, mate. I appreciate it. Adelaide United supporter. How long have you been supporting Adelaide for now? But thanks for clicking on the stream. We do plenty of A-League watch-alongs here, plenty of A-League content. Okay, 10 minutes to go in this first half. Will we see another goal? Adelaide 1, Mariners 1. It's been a great game so far. Nice play through the middle, Ballard. Well done. Great play, Nkololo. Great chance. Cummings. Oh, it's in. Let's go. Jason Cummings makes it 2. We said that second goal was coming, and it's in. Fantastic. Dude, what a finish. Joel's here says Mariners play is amazing. It's been fantastic, and they've deserved the second goal. Incredible. This has been a remarkable second half. Mariners, after conceding early, have scored 2 goals. Fantastic play through the middle. And Jason Cummings, dude, this is incredible what we're seeing right now. This is some of the best play we've seen from the Central Coast Mariners in their history. I'm going to say it right now. We have behind me right here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the signed jersey from when the Mariners won the grand final 10 years ago, 2013 against West Sydney Wanderers. This is reminiscent of those footballing years for Mariners. Joe Gauci got his hand on that, but it wasn't enough to drag it wide. Just slips past Gauci. Wow. My goodness. My goodness. 12-1 says, I think Joe should have saved that. Incredible. This is remarkable, man. 2-1. This is fantastic. Tanley says, Gauchi, sloppy tonight. Sloppy tonight. You could say he's to blame for both goals. Maybe. Maybe it's worth raising that point. The first goal, he was a statue for James McGarry's shot. The second goal, he got his hand down to it, but it wasn't enough. He easily could have gotten a stronger hand to that, you'd think, to drag that wide. He made that good save, to be fair, earlier on to deny Cummings about 5 minutes ago. Here we go. Mariners are forward again. Great chance. Tulio delivering far post. Benny and Kololo. Cummings. Oh, Tulio, air swing. Mariners are unstoppable right now. Adelaide are not coping at all. Adelaide are simply not coping with this attack right now. The Reds desperately need to get into the halftime sheds because Mariners are running all over them right now. We could be set to see a replica of that 4-1 winning night for Mariners 2 weeks ago. We're looking hungry, man. We're looking real hungry. 5 minutes to go in the half. It's too easy. Down the right-hand side once again, Nkololo. Nkololo plays it back. This is beautiful play. Doesn't work out. Regathered by Ballard. Forward again. Interesting cross. There was no one there. Surely going to win the ball back here. Well done, Tulio. Forward for Cummings. Adelaide just aren't... What are the Reds doing right now? They can't get themselves involved in this game. Still on the front foot, Mariners. The Reds are under the pump and something needs to change at halftime. Calvert needs to make halftime substitutions. He did it last time. He did it 2 weeks ago when they were down 2-1 at the break. 2 weeks ago. He has to do it again. This is dreadful from Adelaide. Ball comes in. Benny and Kololo just long. This is truly remarkable what we're seeing in the semi-final. Joel says revenge for last year's elimination final. Indeed it is. Dude, it's an extra narrative heading into this game, isn't it? Not only has this been a good contest from this season, but this was an elimination final last year. Adam says, hey, Lockie, we're analyzing and controlling very well, but just a little bit sloppy when losing the ball. Your opinion so far? I think it's been very even. It's been very... sorry, I should say very open. Didn't mean even. Very open. I think Mariners have done well to win the ball back when they've lost the ball. Maybe a little bit sloppy in some attacks. Silvera's won the ball high at the park here. Another great chance to break forward. 3-on-3. Silvera cutting inside. He goes down. That's got to be a free kick. Rest says play on. McGarry sliding in, winning the ball. Well done. So much space here for the Mariners. This is bizarre. Mariners are just getting forward so easily. There seems to be like a lack of intensity in defense for the Reds. Tulio's down. There you go. Jessica says last year's elimination final between these two was the first A-League game I watched. Interesting. Person 1201 says this game is like youth football, no defense, just vibes. Only one leg in the elimination finals. I think I like the one leg in the elimination finals. I think it makes it extra special to finish, to make it to the final four, because you get those two legs, you get that extra chance. Because before this semi-finals were just the one League Two. We're just the one match. Free kick here for the Mariners. Tulio's delivery. Gauci claims that. You think there are any more goals? The way it's going, absolutely. Taylor says Gauci needs to kick the ball for once. There, he loves a long throw, doesn't he, Joe Gauci? You'd think as well with having Ibasuki up front, you could just go long and just get him to head it down. The Reds win a free kick in a good position here. So final stages of this half. Adelaide 1, Mariners 2. Just if the Reds equalise from this free kick, it makes the second half very interesting indeed. Good delivery. Still on, but McGarry should deal with this. And he wins the throw. Well done. Three minutes of injury time. Three minutes. From what has been, dude, this has flown by. We've done plenty of A-League watchalongs this season. This has been the quickest, felt like the quickest first half ever from this season. It's been nothing but action. We've had 3 goals. We could have had 22. Craig Goodwin and Stormroot, they almost look like they were going to get into a little bit of push and shove there, but dude, that's unnecessary from Craig Goodwin. Ball's bouncing. Stormer has no idea he's coming, and Craig Goodwin just comes and just takes him out with no intention of going for the ball. Sign of frustration from a very good player. It's not like Craig Goodwin. Craig Goodwin isn't necessarily that aggressive. So that actually explains that reveals a lot about maybe the current mentality in this Adelaide squad. A little bit rattled. Get that early lead, but for whatever reason, just unable to maintain any sort of momentum. Worrying for the Reds. Guys, stick around at halftime. We're going to have a little bit of a Q&A session, a discussion session. We're going to chat about the match that we've just seen play out. And if you guys are keen, maybe we'll have another look at our the Sydney-Melbourne City vlog. I was at the Sydney-Melbourne City game last night. Vlog's coming out soon, and we can premiere the vlog right here tonight if you guys are keen. Is there one more goal left in this half? Mariners would love a third here. Worth mentioning, away goals, where the away goal rule does not apply in A-League semi-finals. The away goals rule does not apply in A-League semi-finals, which is a good thing for Adelaide, the way things stand. Mariners already with 2 goals in this first half. Nice play inside here. Mariners looking to build here to finish off the half. Nice from Nisbet. Plays it out wide. Good opportunity for one more. Crossfar post doesn't find anyone, but McGarry can regather. Well done, McGarry. Great run. Almost all the way through. Cleared. Seconds remaining. Adelaide in possession, and that should be half time. One final attack for Adelaide. Craig Goodwin has Ibasuki forward. Goodwin goes himself. Good save, Vukovic. And is there time for the corner? I mean, the 3 minutes have expired here. 3 minutes have expired, but the final play of this half will be a corner. Craig Goodwin trying to lift his side here, trying to give them a bit of life. This is just their first corner of the game here at the end of this first half. Goal here would be huge for the Reds. Craig Goodwin is going to deliver. And if Adelaide can grab a second here, it'd be huge. Good clearance, and that should be halftime, and it is. Halftime in this semi-final first leg. Central Coast Mariners 2, Adelaide United 1. Incredible. We're seeing some pretty incredible football being played by the Central Coast here at Cooper Stadium once again. And this is how the halftime score looked 2 weeks ago when these two teams played. Halftime indeed. All right. What are we saying in the chat? Let's jump in the chat. Let's have a chat. Are you worried Nick Montgomery will leave the club for overseas? Look, all I'll say is that if Nick Montgomery gets a move overseas, it's well-deserved. He's been fantastic since day one. Coming in for the Mariners, lifting them into the finals, finishing 5th last season, 2nd the season after. Montgomery's been superb. Tested Aussies in here says, I find second legs more entertaining than the first because of the excitement and action that happens in playoff games. For example, in the A-League, EFL Championship games. That's right. Of course, in the EFL, they have a similar system in the Championship with those playoff games. So it's a similar sort of thing, isn't it? Epic half from us, indeed. Epic half. Taylor says favorite bit of this match was Craig Goodwin hitting the Sioux. But it's been a great half from the Mariners. Really impressive stuff. We'll have a look at the stats and how things stand. At half time on Google here. 2-1 to the Mariners. 4th minute, man. We were getting a little bit worried when Craig Goodwin opened the scoring really early on, but 15th minute here, James McGarry with that fantastic right-footed strike, edge of the box. Jason Cummings, 38th minute, finding a goal. Great to see Cummings on the score sheet. Look at the shots, though, man. 4 for Adelaide, 9 for the Mariners, 4 shots on target. Mariners could have had a few goals in that first half. And some more possession to the Central Coast as well, with the way it stands. Luke in the chat saying Mariners should be up by more. Look, with the chances we had, it could have been 4-1 already by halftime, hey? Costa here in the chat. How's it going? Costa says Gauchi has been horrible. Is really questionable goalkeeping for both goals. The first one especially. To not save that shot, to not even make a dive, an attempt to dive for that McGarry strike was really bizarre because it looked close enough to him. Looked really close to him. And then didn't get enough contact on that Cummings shot to keep it out. So Gauchi, look, he did make that save earlier. He did make that really good save against Cummings, but maybe he has to be questioned for his involvement in those 2 goals there. Taggart's in here. How's it going? Says Adelaide needs to step up a lot. Brilliant football by the Mariners, though. I think they have to make some halftime changes. Look, I think we saw it. We saw Aaron Kunda come on at halftime the last time these teams played 2 weeks ago. Didn't quite have the impact, but there's got to be halftime changes again. Tarnley's exactly spot on here. Mariners dominated the midfield. They did indeed. They did indeed. Cummings' goal should have been saved. Yep. Similar thing there, hey? Similar thing with the Cummings goal. Sale is better than Gauchi, in my opinion, says Luke. I mean, they're both fantastic. There's some really good goalkeepers in the A-League this season. Dude, if Mariners win, and here's the thing, right? If Mariners win tonight, they've got to be favourites to go through the grand final at home at a packed Central Coast Stadium. Mariners a win tonight, and they've got 1 foot in the grand final, which is just crazy, man. Can't believe it. An away win in the first leg would be huge. All right. Let me know in the chat if anyone would be interested in seeing the premiere for the vlog, for the Sydney Melbourne City vlog that we did last night. It's going up on the YouTube channel tomorrow. If you guys want to see an early sneak peek, let me know. Taylor agreed, says Joe hasn't been at the top of his game this half. Costa says Sale. That's a fair point. Fair point, Costa. Sale has conceded 9 goals in 4 games against Adelaide. Excuse me. Tarnley says Goodwin frustrated. The ball can't get to him. It sort of showed that moment towards the end of that half where he sort of just barged over Storm Root. Very uncharacteristic. Very uncharacteristic of him. Gauchi did make that one good save. It is fair to point out. He made that really good save. If it wasn't for that save, it could have been 3-1. Easily. Goodwin's been quiet. He's probably been their most promising outlet, but that's not saying much. That's not saying much. He's only had a couple sort of half chances here and there, but he had that moment late on getting forward. I think he forced a good save out of Vukovic. Should have dived for that first Central Coast Mariners goal. I'm just confused why he didn't. And we're watching the broadcast now. We're going to see a replay of it in a moment. So I'm interested to see the replay. And my only thought in terms of why Gauchi didn't dive, here's the replay, is maybe the height on the shot. Like it's sort of, it almost like dipped a little bit. It sort of looped over him. Oh, dude, look at his footing. If you look at Joe Gauchi's footing, he's heading to his left. His feet sort of just jump to the left briefly. And look, I'm no goalkeeper. I'm no goalkeeping expert. If there's any goalkeepers in here, feel free to weigh in. But it appeared that Joe Gauchi was about to dive to his left, and then was just wrong-footed. So maybe that explains the non-dive. And then that second goal, you'd expect him to save that. Here's the replay of the second goal. We're seeing it now on the broadcast. Oh, he has to save that. It sort of just brushes his fingertips. Costa, of course, an Adelaide fan, saying, I don't want to see that again, thanks. It's worrying, too, because Joe Gauchi's been so good this season. And it could have been a different story if he had saved both of those goals. First time I've watched you, like the video as well. Dude, Taylor, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you clicked on the video, and glad you're having a good time, mate. Vukovic is underrated. I think he is. I think he's been very good this season. I think he's been very good. Especially like the last few weeks, last few games, he's made some really big saves. Very, very good. And there you go. Speaking of goalkeepers, Taylor's a goalie. There you go. Good on you, mate. Luke says the first goal was actually not in the top of the corner, just went over Gauchi's head. It looked like that, didn't it? It was just sort of dipped a little bit. Sort of, it was almost like a lobbed sort of shot. So many bananas in those dressing rooms. It's always interesting seeing. I always find it interesting seeing the platter of like snacks and drinks that they have in dressing rooms. And you just got like all the bananas, and sometimes they have like lollies and stuff. Lollies, just like dozens of cups of like Powerade or whatever it is. Yeah, man. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. How's it going? Says Mariners, some of the best football in club's history. I assume you're saying playing some of the best football in club's history. 100%. 100%. Dude, I agree with you. They're playing so well. And I said it before after that second goal. When we see behind me here, this is a signed jersey. I said it earlier, but this is a signed jersey from the Mariners won the grand final 10 years ago. I was at that game at the old Allianz Stadium. 10 years ago, they won the grand final against Western Sydney Wanderers. They were fantastic then. And it's reminding me, the way we're playing at the moment reminds me of those days. Just playing with such confidence. The quality of football is superb. And it's a great question. How are Mariners so good with such a small budget? It's a great question, and it's one we can sort of explore a lot. I think there's many factors to it. I think the first one we have to talk about is Nick Montgomery and how fantastic he's been. But Nick Montgomery, similar to Carl Vert, because I know Carl Vert was involved in the youth setup at Adelaide previously. Nick Montgomery has been a Central Coast man for the past decade now. So he wasn't involved in the grand final because he was suspended, but he was involved in that squad at the time. But Nick Montgomery has been a player, and then started off as a coach in the academy side, and in that academy side, he was coaching the likes of Dan Hall, Max Ballard. Josh Nisbet was coming through. Even some other players like Lewis Miller and Jacob Farrell. Lewis Miller and like Garang Kuala have now moved on to overseas, but Nick Montgomery knows these players so well. And he's got a fantastic assistant coach in Sergio Raimundo, and their scouting system has been fantastic to bring in the likes of Benny and Cololo, Marco Tullio, Mateus Maresh has been good for the last couple of years now. Who else am I missing too? I'm sure I'm missing. Brian Kaltak coming into the club as well. They've brought in the right players, and all the players that they've brought in have had an impact. Every single one of them. So they're very smart with the players they bring in too. Very, very smart. So I don't think it gets talked about enough. I know it gets talked about, but everyone's aware that Mariners have like the smallest budget in the league, the smallest club in the league. This team from this regional area in New South Wales, but succeeding, finishing second above some huge clubs with huge budgets like Western Sydney Wanderers, Sydney FC. To see Melbourne Victory finish second last and Mariners to finish second. It just for me, it sums, from a neutral point of view, it sums up why football's so beautiful, because it doesn't necessarily mean that buying the best players and building the best squad, that means nothing. That's, if we learn anything from the A-League this year, it means that money, bringing in players and, spending the big money means nothing. Means nothing. The likes of Adelaide and Mariners, who play so many young players, and look at where they finished on the ladder. So it's great, isn't it? Tarnley says, I'm seeing it. A City v Mariners final. The way it's going, look, I don't want to get, here's the thing, right? And I'll tell you what, regardless of the result tonight, I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to get my hopes up. Because it's happened in the last couple of years and it hasn't worked out for us. I don't want to get my hopes up just yet, but with the way it's going, Mariners can hold on for a win here. There is an opportunity, a huge opportunity, to see the Mariners in the grand final for the first time in 10 years. Good question. Hey, man, what do you think of Liuni going to City? It is a huge rumor, and a huge, if it happens, it's massive, because Liuni has been one of the best players in the A-League since he arrived mid-season, in my opinion. He's been superb. I remember that first game at Adelaide, actually. He scored a fantastic goal on debut. His pace, he's one of the fastest players in the competition. If he goes to City, they're going to be unstoppable in attack. It's an interesting one too, because not only is the move itself interesting, but it suggests that probably Marco Tullio is heading overseas, which is great for him. But imagine like that, like a front three of McLaren, Leckie, and Liuni for City. And then, whether you want to throw Naboot in there somewhere. Yeah, man. Taylor asks, what do you think of the rumors of Irankunda moving to Bayern Munich? Very exciting. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but very exciting for him. I think what we've heard is that it probably will happen, but he'll stay around at Adelaide for another year, which is great. Which is great. Costa, are you at the game right now? Costa is an Adelaide United fan, a very, very regular viewer of these A-League Live watch-alongs. I assume, Costa, you're at the stadium right now. Cooper Stadium, plenty of fans there, but they've only had one goal to cheer for so far. And thoughts on Clisby to Western Sydney Wanderers? Very bizarre. Didn't see that one coming. So, yeah, did not see that one coming. But it looks like Traore. I think Traore is departing the club, isn't he? Let's do this. Let's do this, Troy. Second half. Here we go. It is underway. Mariners 2, Adelaide 1. Can we finish the job in the second half? We're about to find out. We're about to find out. All right. The Reds have a corner here within 15 seconds. So, did we see any halftime changes? Did we see any halftime substitutions? I don't think we did. But if we did, let me know. Because I missed it. Goal kick following that corner. I didn't see any halftime changes. Will Sydney sign King permanently? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I mean, he's moved overseas, which was great for him. Came back on loan to get some more game time. Yeah, it'd be a bit of a backwards move, I think, if King moved back permanently. Tilio to Europe seems a bit overdue. I agree. I think Tilio's underrated, which says a lot. Because a lot of people rate him pretty highly, but I think he's up there with one of, so much excitement around like Iran Kunda. I mean, Garen Kowal before he left last season. I think Marco Tilly's right up there, man. He's fantastic. And he's been great to finish the season too. Really, really good. So Adelaide United with a free kick opportunity. Is that right? It is indeed. In a good position too for the Reds. Early second half goal would be big. Craig Goodwin standing over it. Look, don't be. I know the angle is probably not favouring it, but don't be surprised if Craig Goodwin goes for goal here. Danny Vukovic is going to be in his toes. I'm calling it. Craig Goodwin's going to go for goal here, man. He's going to go for the shot for sure. I told you, dude. It was a mistake too. It was wide. Craig Goodwin. He was definitely going for goal there, but it went high. I told you though. VAT, what are your thoughts on Jamie Young to City? Great move by Melbourne City. Looks like Tom Glover's moving on, potentially overseas. Jamie Young, one of the older keepers in the league, but one of the best keepers in the league. Here, Adelaide win the ball half the park. Good chance for the Reds into the box. Well done cutting that out, James McGarry. Bright start from Adelaide in this second half. Oh, that's a great release. Was that Tulio with that pass? And Kalolo's away on the right. Taking on Warland. Gauchi's there to save the cross. So we're continuing the second half the way the first went. The way the first half went. Plenty of action. Very open. Both teams looking to get on the front foot. But Adelaide looking a bit more adventurous this second half, which is good for them. Marcus, love this. Starting 11 for the 2026 World Cup. Gauchi, Karic, suits our roles. Boss. Hrustic, Devlin, Yazbek, Iran Kunda, Garen Cole, D'Agostino. Love it. I think the only player that might not be in that squad is maybe Hrustic. Maybe not Hrustic. I think maybe Jackson Irvine might still be in there. Tulio is something else. We are lucky to have him. We are indeed. Good ball into the box. Just cleared away there by Storm Roo. Broadcast stats say 11 crosses to Adelaide, just the 9 for Mariners. They're looking for Ibasuki. He's obviously got the height, but unable to find him just yet. Ibasuki has been very quiet in this game so far. Why did Victory sign Nani? He's 36 now in reserves. Well, of course, he's been injured. He's been injured for the last few months, which was really disappointing. I mean, just not for Victory, but for the whole league, because that was a very exciting move. But look, Nani was a huge signing. He's obviously got a lot of pedigree, great pedigree, and was a big move to draw some big crowds to the league. Unfortunately, didn't work out with that ACL injury. Hey, Adelaide still on the front foot here. Goodwin earns his side another corner. Hector Triantis just a little bit slow to get to his feet here, which is a bit concerning. Did he landed on the ankle a bit awkwardly, I think, there maybe. He's running. Corner here for the Reds. Craig Goodwin needs to get his side back into the game. Good delivery away by Caltac. Mariners haven't really had any decent possession in the second half so far, 6 minutes into it. It's been all Adelaide since the resumption. And despite the Mariners' dominant first half, Adelaide at home, anything is possible. They've got Aaron Kunda still to come on as well, of course. Nice forward pass here down the line. That's Silvera. Good chance for Mariners to attack here. That's a good block. And there's a lot of space in midfield here. Adelaide can shift it forward, but that's a poor pass. Very poor pass by Ryan Kitto. Central Coast back in possession. Yeah, I think it's fair to say. Is it fair to say? I know that the Sydney Wanderers game last week was very good, but for me, this is the best finals game we've seen so far out of the 4 games we've seen. This has been great. Oh, heavy challenge in the middle. Is that Josh Nisbet again? Winning the ball, according to the referee. Yellow carded a Triantis. Yellow card. So Nectar Triantis has just been shown a yellow card off the ball. I have no idea what for. What has happened here? Was there a foul? That must have been a foul. I must have missed it. Hiroshi Basuki is now hobbling and potentially carrying an injury, which is a bit of a concern for the Reds. Goodwin or McLaren? Gotta go Craig Goodwin. Subs for that World Cup squad from Marcus. Glover, Triantis, Talbot, Irvine, O'Neill, Falami, Qual. There's a lot of exciting players, man. There's a lot of exciting players we could see in that World Cup squad. Schneiderlin is the type of marquee this league needs. I think we can name, I think Nani, when you compare Schneiderlin to Nani's definitely like a higher class of player, hey? Has had a much more decorated career. But Schneiderlin's been great at Wanderers this year. Concern for Adelaide United, Hiroshi Basuki is hobbling off the field, which means Nestor Irankunda is on. According to the broadcast, 5 goals as a substitute this season. The most out of anyone in the league. So Ibasuki coming off a little bit gingerly. And dude, look at this. Dude, we're seeing it again. Jacob Farrell straight on. It's the game plan. It's the game plan. We saw it 2 weeks ago. Jacob Farrell was brought on to handle Nestori Irinkunda. And we're seeing it happen straight away again. McGarry has been having a great game, but he understands his role now. As soon as Nestori Irinkunda enters the field, Jacob Farrell is on. And it's great coaching from Montgomery. He's got his left back sorted. They've clearly coached Farrell over the last couple of weeks to just nullify Irinkunda, because we've seen the impact he has. And I love that. Troy says, very smart man, Monty. Very smart man indeed. Schneiderlin to West United. Yeah, that's the rumor that we heard in the past week, isn't it? It'd be a great signing. It'd be a great signing for Western. Ten minutes into this first half. Adelaide 1, Mariners 2. The Reds starting the second half brightly. Haven't found that goal yet. You can see Adelaide defending here with sort of like a 4-1 setup. Isai's playing as that lone holding midfielder now for Adelaide. Good pressure from Irinkunda. Vukovic clears the ball to safety. And Tulio almost winning the ball out the park. Love seeing the pressure and the energy from the Brazilian. Silveira has just been beaten to it too easily there by Javi Lopez, who plays it forward. Well done, Trientis, to cut that out. And nice pass out here for Cummings. And there's players forward for the Mariners here. Silveira's still on the floor. And they might knock it out of play here because Silveira's still down. Just getting to his feet now, though. Thoughts on Clayton Lewis to MacArthur? I think it's a great signing for MacArthur. Clayton Lewis probably hasn't been as good this season as in previous years. But MacArthur now have a track record of making good signings and bringing in players. Oh, Silveira just copped like a finger to the eye, I think, there. Just going back to MacArthur there. They've got a good track record of bringing in good players from opposition clubs. When you think back to, Craig Noon and Ulysses De Vere. Yeah. Thurgate and Schneiderlin at Western United. That's a good midfield duo. If that's the Western midfield duo next season, it's going to be very good. What positions do you think Victory should work on in the off-season? The wide areas need some serious work. The wide areas. Losing Marco Rojas after last season, Nani out with injury. Chris Economides was very poor this year. Falami was very, very poor this year as well. I think then they've let Leighton Brooks go, which was a surprise, but I think they need some recruitment for those wide areas. Aside from that, they're pretty solid. I think for Victory, Roderick Miranda and Damien De Silva in defense are good. Bruno Fornaroli is always going to score your goals, and he's been okay since arriving. But just out wide, those players haven't been having much of an impact for Victory, hey? So we are approaching the hour mark here. The score remains 2-1 to Mariners. Do you think Arzani is going to stay at MacArthur? To be honest, I can't recall the deal that he signed. If anyone knows, did he sign a 2-year deal? Was it just a loan? It wasn't a loan move, was it? I can't recall the deal that he signed, whether he signed him for a couple of years. Regardless, I think it'd be great for him to stay. He's missed out the last couple of months due to injury, which is a shame for him. He still has plenty to show, I think, even at A-League level. Mariners coming forward here. Down the right wing again. And Kololo. Cross for that far post. Again, too high. But Silvera on the edge of the box. Oh, great little move. Just loses it. Trying to win it back. But this time, Adelaide play it out. In the first half, that's what we saw Adelaide really lose it. They were unable to sort of play it out and get the ball forward. A little bit more space in midfield now. Aaron Kunda, here we go. Aaron Kunda's on the ball. Well done, Silvera. Just pokes it away from him, but he's got it back. Jacob Farrell with a block. Did it hit his hand? It's going to be a corner anyway. All right. Fourth corner of this second half, according to the broadcast, for Adelaide United. 7 crosses this second half to the Reds. Final third entries. 9 for Adelaide, just the 2 for the Mariners in this second half. So this has been a much more even half so far. Craig Goodwin's delivery is good, as always. Far post, Yavi Lopez back in. Again, it's Caltech who clears. Delivery is good. Tulio can come away with it for the Mariners. Tulio trying to get past Kitto. Well done, Kitto, using his pace and strength to hold him off. An hour of football has been played. Scores remain 1-2. What team is the best kits this season? You know who always has really good kits? Melbourne City. Not only are they playing the best football in the league, but I think they always have great kits. But who else has had good kits this season? We're going to come back to that because here come the Mariners. Streaming forward here. Great play into the box. Is that Jacob Farrell? Has he won a corner? It's going to be a foul instead on Jacob Farrell. And a yellow card for Farrell. So was there an elbow involved there? Isaias is down and holding his face. Was there an elbow involved there? Here's the replay. I mean, barely. It was less of an elbow. Oh, dude, it was nothing. That replay shows it was nothing. I mean, it barely scraped his face, but it was by no means an elbow. Definitely not deserving of a yellow card for me. Perth have the best kits. They've had some great kits this year. I did really like Perth's home kit, the purple and the orange stripes. Dude, that's not a yellow card. I'm sorry. Look at how minimal the contact is on Isaias on that reverse angle. Really questionable. Really questionable. Isaias loves to complain. He does indeed. He always loves a chat with the ref, doesn't he? Knowing VAR could have been a red card for that. You're not wrong. This season, it definitely could have been. Long ball is a good ball. Great chance here. Vukovic claims it now, but Adelaide almost getting in there through Zach Clough over the top. Great chance, Adelaide. I think whether this game ends a win for the Mariners or a draw carries great significance heading into the second leg. I think if Mariners win here, then they're huge favourites. They're huge favourites to go through. Because it means Adelaide need to win next week. Here's Storm Roo. Great run. Still going. Here he goes down. That's got to be a foul, surely. Well, it's either a foul or a dive because it looked like he got taken out there. Jacob Farrell, well done, taking the ball off Aaron Kunda. Silvera now in possession. Great run. That's got to be a foul, please. Thank you. Finally, and surely a booking. Silvera was away and was just taken down there. Do you think Nick Green should have stayed? I don't think so. I think Ross Aloisi is a good appointment for Brisbane. Isaias just bringing down Sam Silvera there. Earning a booking for that challenge. Zach Clough, heavy challenge and great challenge there. Max Ballard. Zach Clough is down and holding his knee, and we know Zach Clough has been injured for the last few weeks. Back to his feet now. We play on. Mariners down the right. Storm Roo. Poor delivery. There was no one there. Good block from Silvera. Winning the ball back. Tulio it is. We haven't really been playing with the same potency and same attacking thrust this half. Craig Goodwin with an early ball looking for Aaron Kunda in the box. Great chance. Jacob Farrell, incredible. Jacob Farrell brought onto the field to deny Nestor Aaron Kunda, and he has just done that right now. The cross from Goodwin was incredible, though. What a ball. Jacob Farrell, what a challenge. With a good opportunity here from the corner. Vukovic ends up with it. Game plan is working well. Really, really well so far. Thoughts on the West Sydney Wanderers Sydney FC All Access? It was great. I enjoyed it. Good look at the derby. We didn't get too much of a look at the whole Ninkovic-Koroka thing. There wasn't too much new insight, to be fair. I think we got like one new camera angle and a little bit more of the conversation. But I thought it was great. The episode overall was really, really good. One of my favorites. Oh, here we go. Mariners inside the box. Great chance. Tulio cutting it back. Gauchi has it now. Great chance. So we're already over 20 minutes into the second half, and Adelaide have definitely been the stronger of the sides by far for me. Craig Goodwin really conducting things now for the Reds, as he has to, the captain. Has to try and get his side back into this game. They don't want to be taking the scoreline into the second leg. That's at the back of the minds for Adelaide. Great delivery, though. Just wide. Is that going to be another corner? Goal kick. Do you know if this game is a sellout crowd? I don't think it is. There was advertised on the Alex socials that it could have been. That it was close to a sellout. I don't think it is. No worries, Taylor. Thanks for tuning in, man. Glad you found the channel. Hope you had a good time. Koroka v. Ninkovic, that's right. Foul on Enkalolo here from Warland. Alex King. Dude, Alex King's not happy. He's having a stern word to Max Ballard there. Crowd prediction for Gosford for next week. Oh, dude. I mean, like, I'd love to say that it'd be like the biggest crowd we've seen in a Mariners game in history, but that's a big ask because I think the record is like 19,000. Look, I'd love to think that we can get at least 15,000 next week. I think that'd be great. 15,000. It's. I mean, the simple fact is, it's the biggest game at the stadium in 10 years in terms of its importance. Oh, really? That's really poor from Nectar Trientis. Caltech has just managed to regather that very uncharacteristic pass from Nectar Trientis there, almost sent it out of play. Nice run forward here, and he's still going for Jacob Farrell. Been very good since coming on. We've lost the ball in midfield, and Adelaide can break quickly here. Space is opening up 70 minutes into this game. Goodwin delivers. Irankund's header. Great save, Vukovic. Nestor Irankunda with a header straight at Danny Vukovic. And Nestor Irankunda has stayed down here on the floor. Jacob Farrell's down as well. Was there a collision there? Dude, so close indeed. It was a great win in the middle there. Yavi Lopez with that win initially off Benny and Kalolo. Goodwin's delivery was perfect as always. Oh, man, yeah. When Irankunda went up for the header, you could just see a heavy collision with Jacob Farrell. He got taken out. Good reflexes, Vukovic, though. Well done. Well done. Troy says, this game is brutal. This is a proper final. It's really living up to it, isn't it? It's been fantastic stuff so far. So Mariners still in a comfortable position with 20 minutes to go. Irankunda's back to his feet, which is good to see. Jacob Farrell, I think, was getting tended to as well. We hope he's okay. We need him on. We need him fit. Nestor Irankunda has an opportunity here to rescue a goal for his side. Jacob Farrell's still down and getting treated here. It's been a few minutes. He looks okay. If Adelaide were to get the equaliser, if Adelaide were to get one back and make it 2-2, it makes the second leg, I think it's a whole different complexion now heading into that second leg. But if the scoreline stays as it is, there's going to be a huge advantage for Mariners. Huge, huge. Because it means Adelaide need to win next week at Gosford. They need to defeat Mariners at home. Handshake between Irankunda and Farrell. Two fantastic young players. Wooden spoon for next season prediction. Ooh, interesting one. Always a tricky one to predict. Wooden spoon prediction for next season. Which team's going to keep going down? That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. I'll tell you what. If they keep going the way they are, and look, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Mariners fan, but Newcastle Jets just look like they're just going to keep heading down. I don't think there's any indication that they're improving Newcastle Jets. It's been pretty. I mean, the last couple of years have been a slight improvement from years before that. But I think maybe Newcastle Jets. And first place prediction for next season, Melbourne City. Easy. They've done it 3 years in a row. There's no reason why they won't do it again. Surprise. Farrell's still playing. That was a heavy concussion. Was it a concussion? I wasn't sure if it was a concussion or whether he was just his ribs. I thought maybe it was just a collision in the stomach or something. I don't know. It might have been a concussion. It might have been his head. Adelaide win another corner here. So Iran Kunda, not quite having too many shots on goal. Had that one header a moment ago, but looking dangerous down that right flank. And now Adelaide have their 7th corner of the game. They've been building nicely in the second half. Can they find the equaliser? Good delivery. Away. Again. Is it Caltac again with that header? Tulio forward. Mariners can counter here. Silvera stayed forward. Great chance here. That wasn't the right pass. Cut off. 75 minutes played. Iran Kunda on the ball. Look at him go. Nestor Iran Kunda goes back. Really open stuff so far. Really open. Kito in the box. Ryan Kito. Good run. Mariners clear. You get the sense now that Centricos are really just holding on for this draw. For this win, I should say. They're in a winning position. And will be happy to take it into the home leg. Second substitution of the match for the Mariners here. Harry Steele scored last time these two teams met 2 weeks ago. He's coming on. And Maresh coming on for Tulio. Good shift from Marco Tulio. Once again, having a good impact. Didn't get on the score sheet, but played well. Brazilian teammate replacing him. And Harry Steele will be coming on for... It looks like Josh Nisbet coming from the field. Again, fantastic. Fantastic shift from Nisbet. Yeah, just back on Jets. Troy mentions here, Jets have lost some good players like Thurgate and Mikkeltadze. It's almost like a bit of a rebuild now for Newcastle, I think. Once again, I mean, which they seem to be doing a bit of a rebuild every year, but they've lost some quality players now. You know, Thurgate and Mikkeltadze have been there for the last couple of seasons. Those are some key players to replace. So, for me, I think that's an early shout for maybe a wooden spoon for next season. Adelaide United made a substitution as well. George Blackwood, the striker, is on. Looks like he's replaced. It's not clear who's come off here. It might have been Dorigo. Or was it Halloran, perhaps? Free kick here for the Mariners. Benny Kalola's not happy with something. A little bit of push and shove. Isais is involved, as always. Caltac's getting in there. A little bit unnecessary. What would be the bare minimum for the Socceroos? Semi-finals for me. Semi-finals, bare minimum. Bare minimum. I emphasize that. Bare minimum. Yeah, Ben Warland just lashing out there on Maresh. There was sort of a double foul here. Kiddo with a push on Stormaroo, and then Ben Warland chopping at the legs of Warland. So Kiddo picks up his yellow card. Create a club on FIFA 23. That would be fun. We've been doing the Brisbane Royal Career mode for the last few weeks, which has been good fun also. But yeah, I don't think I've tried that before. That'd be fun. All right. So we are entering the final stages of this match now. Still Mariners sitting in this winning position. What's your thoughts on the draw we've got? I think Uzbekistan will be a tough game. Yeah, I uploaded a YouTube short the other night, and we, of course, we did our live reaction to the draw. So my full thoughts are there if you want to have a look. But very tough, very tough. I think tougher than what it seems. There'll be an expectation that we go straight through, and I think we will. But Uzbekistan are a good side. That their football is developing nicely, and we've seen that from their performance in recent AFC Asian Cups at youth level. Uzbekistan knocked Australia out in the under-20 Asian Cup in March. And they went all the way through to, I think the semis or the final of the under-23 Asian Cup last year as well. So they're a good side. They hold us scoreless at the last Asian Cup in the round of 16. Syria are always a tricky side as well. We faced them at the last Asian Cup as well. And then India should be the one that we get the win against. Last time Socceroos played India was in the 2011 Asian Cup, where we won 4-0. Long time ago now. 80 minutes have been played. Adelaide 1, Mariners 2. Still time for Reds to find the equaliser. Good play from the Reds here. Out wide it comes. Delivery is good. Away by Rue. It's defense mode here for the Mariners. Good clearance, 3 answers. Goodwin on the ball. The danger, I'm always worried when the ball goes wide for Adelaide because you've got Craig Goodwin on the left and Nestor Irinkunda off the right. It's dangerous. But here we go. Mateus Maresh springing forward for the Coast. That's got to be a yellow card for Irinkunda, surely. Easy booking. Credit to Irinkunda for chasing back, but he's just taken out Maresh there and a deserving yellow card. How popular is football in Australia compared to cricket? I think I don't know if I mean, it's not a tricky one because Australia, football is the most participated sport in Australia. I'm pretty sure. And look, we saw it when the Socceroos played in the World Cup. There was plenty of support for the Socceroos. Cricket has always been a really highly populated, highly supported sport in Australia. So it's tricky to say. I'd like to think that football is close, but cricket probably is just ahead, yeah. I'm just happy we didn't draw Japan, says Jessica. We probably will face them. We could well face them in the knockout stages, which would be tough because if anyone's favourite, I mean, Japan's probably up there as favourites to win the Asian Cup. They've got a fantastic squad, as we know. So Mariners with a good free kick opportunity here. Silvera standing over it. Delivering towards that far post. Back inside. Joe Gauci. Well done, Gauci, claiming that one. Shaky in that first half, Joe Gauci. Looking a little bit more solid this time around. Craig Goodwin loses footing. He appealed for a foul there, but he just slipped. I don't think there was any contact at all. So Mariners, we just need to control it from here, man. We just got to keep the ball. Play the game on our terms. Adelaide have had the much better of the second halves. But they haven't found the goals. They haven't found the reward. Reds coming forward now. Craig Goodwin on the left. Good defending. Well done, Storm Roo, just holding him up. Busy night tonight, Storm Roo, for playing up against Craig Goodwin, hey? Still on for the Reds. Is that Ryan Kiddo who is all the way forward? I think it is. And they've got a corner here, Adelaide. Reds with a corner. End to end once again, indeed. It's been very open. Very, very open. Madana's coming onto the field for Adelaide. Another exciting young player. He's coming on for Ben Halloran. Plenty of pace from Madana. Craig Goodwin's corner delivery. Looking for that far post. Caltech, once again, he's been on the end of every single one of these corners. Superb tonight, Brian Caltech, as always. And we've won the ball in a good position here. Mariners could streak ahead for a third. And Kalolo, he might go himself. Plays it wide for Cummings. Cummings. Still going. Shot is blocked. Great opportunity. Great chance. Oh, mate. Third would have been huge. Aaron Kunda's got the ball. He could be away here. Ballard's holding him up. That'll probably be a foul. It is. Aaron Kunda playing with plenty of bravery and confidence, as always. Winning the foul. Aaron Kunda, he's definitely been a handful since coming on. He's had a better impact compared to 2 weeks ago when these teams played. He's creating the chances. He's creating some opportunities for Adelaide to score. It's been 80 minutes of football since Adelaide scored that penalty in the 4th minute. Goodwin's free kick delivery is fantastic. Great chance. Yavi Lopez there in the box. Good block. And Mariners can come away with it here. That's it. Just got to run it up. Not long to go, man. Adelaide need this goal. I know this is just a first leg, but the Reds need this equaliser. Otherwise, they have a mountain to climb in the second leg. It's going to be really, really difficult for Adelaide to get a win in that second leg. If they can just get it back on level terms, the second leg's open for anyone. But an advantage for Mariners at home. If Mariners can hold on here, we have 1 foot into the grand final. Central Coast have done well in defence in the second half. Some more substitutes preparing to come on for the Central Coast in just a moment. Aaron Kunda on the ball again. Now playing a bit more central. Trying to find a shooting opportunity. Lays it off for Goodwin. Blackwood's header over the bar. Good opportunity. Great chance. Just didn't get in the right position for that. Blackwood. Again, Aaron Kunda starting that though. More subs for the Mariners. Cummings coming off for Theoharis. Dan Hall's coming on. Defensive substitution here. So it'll be interesting to see who comes off for Dan Hall. Silvera's coming off as well. So that looks like a move to a back 5 potentially for the Mariners. Which I think is probably the correct move, looking at the game. Or perhaps in a midfield position. It looks like Dan Hall sitting in a defensive midfield position just in front of that back 4 now. So more of a 4-3-3, I think, for the Central Coast now. Good chance for the Mariners. This is Theoharis delivering. Oh, great opportunity. We got to play at the far post there. Not long to go. Not long to go at all. Will you be doing a watch-along next week for City v Sydney? Yes. Yes, we will. I will, of course, be at the Mariners game next week, the second leg. But yeah, we'll be doing a watch-along for that City-Sydney game. Little incident here, 89th minute now. Now, Aaron Kunda does not look well at all here. What has happened here? Aaron Kunda's down, and He tried to get to his feet and just fell over again. Bit of a bizarre one. We hope he's all right. Julian, how's it going, mate? Julian says, hi, Lockie. How are you enjoying the match so far? One of the most exciting matches, I reckon. Dude, it's been fantastic. It's been really, really good. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it greatly. Great scoreline for the Mariners as it stands. I want to see another replay of this incident here. So Irinkunda down. And I think there's maybe just a concern of concussion here, maybe for Nestor Irinkunda, who came on early in the second half and has had a good impact. There's been a few injuries in this half. And there we go. Dude, 8 minutes of injury time. 8 minutes. Wow. I wasn't going to suggest that much. I was thinking maybe like 5 or 6, but 8 minutes. Here we go. So plenty of football to go. VAT will be at their game, dude. Hope you enjoy it. Amy Park. Dude, cool little graphic. Dude, this is new. They're showing like this interesting little graphic there. Replay with like arrows and stuff. There you go. Paramount Plus budget is increasing. We haven't seen that before. I don't know where that came from. But they have that. They can do that, but they can't implement pause and play into their streams. Doesn't really make sense, but it is what it is, I guess. And there you go. Julian spotted it as well. Since when did they start using graphics to show positioning plays? It's great. Like, don't get me wrong. That's so cool. I think that's a great little thing to implement. Yeah, that's cool. Hope it stays around. All right, here we go. So we are into 8 minutes of injury time, which gives plenty of time for Adelaide to get an equaliser here. Mariners need to hold on here. Get the win here away from home. Take a positive scoreline into the second leg. And you know what the exciting thing is for the Mariners? They're not the kind of side to sit back and just, heading into that second leg, and even though we already have the lead on aggregate, we're not going to sit back and just hold on to it. Mariners are going to go and try and score more goals to make it even more difficult for the Reds next week. Forward play for Adelaide, looking dangerous once again here. They have looked dangerous many times coming forward in the second half now, the Reds. Well done, Farrell. Farrell's been busy since coming on. Reserved seating for home games. My family sits on the western side. Excited for Saturday. Heaps of mates from work are going. I've converted them to Mariners fans. I've actually sat over the last few seasons. I've sat just about everywhere for Mariners games now. That's so great to hear, though. You've converted them to Mariners fans. Julian says Calvert probably dropping F-bombs on the sideline. All right. So 3 minutes of the 8 minutes of injury time have expired. Oh, dude, one more goal here for the Mariners would be beautiful. We've got a chance. Ballard's playing it forward. He's had a great game, Maxi Ballard. Is that Maresh taking on Warland, I think? We've got it at the right end of the field here, Mateus Maresh. What is he doing? He's just giving it away there. Come on, get to stay strong here, boys. Keep the ball. Adelaide can spring forward here. Disappointing to give them the ball there. They're forward. Great sliding challenge. Well done. Adelaide are going to push here. Mariners can't rest on the ball. Down the left-hand side here is Figueroa. Well done taking the ball down the end of the pitch. Mariners can take their time with this throw-in. Good number of travelling fans in the away bay for the Mariners. Short pass. What was that? Straight out of play, thrown for the Reds. Come on, man. Sloppiness here. Just a little bit of sloppiness finishing off here. So, a few minutes remaining. Christian Theoharis has picked up a yellow card for delaying the restart, I think. Benny Cololo can take the ball wide here. Go, Benny. Keep going. No, Benny, forward. Use the space, Benny. Take it down the wing, son. He's won the free kick, though. Adelaide in their desperation trying to win the ball back. Committing the foul. Benny and Cololo's on the floor with cramp. And there's not too long remaining. Mariners are on the verge here of stepping 1 foot into the grand final. Historic stuff. The first finals win in 10 years. The last time the Mariners won a finals game was 2013. Nick Montgomery urging the boys on here late on. When is the 5th episode of Brisbane Career Mode coming out? Sometime next week. Been really enjoying the series. But yeah, 5th episode will be coming out real soon. If you didn't support Central Coast Mariners, who would you support? I would just be a neutral, honestly. I know that's probably a boring answer, but I'd just watch the game for fun as a neutral football fan, which I know there's plenty of people out there that do that, I think. But yeah, I couldn't see myself going for anyone else. Being born and bred on the Central Coast. Oh, here we go. Forward play, Maresh going in for that ball. Heavy challenge. Reds still looking to find this equaliser. Goodwin, well done. Faking that delivery. Here in Kunda, playing deep. Dan Hall, well done. Short pass. Good chance for the Reds. The cutback. Blocked by Harry Steele. It's a corner with 2 minutes remaining. 1 minute, in fact, remaining. This could be the last opportunity for the Reds. Nick Ansell is down and hurt, though, after that challenge from Maresh. We are on the verge of a huge win for the Mariners. They could be taking a great advantage into that second leg. Clearly no foul there. Maresh going in for the ball and just colliding with Ansell. Guys, thanks so much for sticking around for this stream. If you have enjoyed, please consider hitting the like button if you want to support the channel. We've got the Sydney FC Melbourne City vlog. We went to the game last night, the other semi-final. That vlog will be coming out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that one. Final chance in this game, surely now. Nick Ansell's just getting back to his feet. But it doesn't look like he'll be set to continue. Hobbling off here, Nick Ansell now. Brought into the side for the last couple of games. Didn't play too much this season, though, did he? One of those players who struggles with injury. Matthew has gone and says, did you hear Adidas will be the sponsor and manufacturer of the Wanderers potentially for the next 3 years after Kappa departed the club? I did hear that, yeah. It'd be great for Wanderers. Adidas makes some great kits. Here's the corner from Goodwin. Good delivery. Near post. Oh, that was so close. It was the header from Blackwood. This time was on target. Vukovic is behind it. Pablo's in the chat. Says, hi there. Cheers from Brazil. Cheering in from Brazil. Pablo. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Great late opportunity. Was that the chance for the Reds, man? That could be full time after this, which would be huge for the Coast. We're on the verge of the full-time whistle and a first leg win for the Mariners away from home. Here we go. We're approaching 100 minutes of football. This has been a dramatic semi-final match. Ryan Kitto, forward. One last chance, surely now for the Reds. Got to hold on here, the Central Coast. Got to stay back. Madonna on the ball on the right. Need to hold on. Oh, dude, it's nervy. We're on the 101st minute. Delivery is good for the Reds. Away by Nkalolo. Surely, dude. Still on for Adelaide. Wide for Goodwin. That's not the play you want on the ball. Good delivery. Cleared up. Corner. Dude, this has to be the last play. We're past 2 minutes past injury time. We are 2 minutes past injury time here. 2.5 minutes now past injury time. And Adelaide, still the play goes on. Adelaide's corner here. This is the final chance. Dude, I'm surprised Adelaide just aren't throwing everyone forward, including Joe Gauci. This should well be the last play of the game, surely. We're into the 102nd minute, ladies and gentlemen. We're meant to have 8 minutes of injury time, which was already pushing it. We're into the 102nd minute. Goodwin's delivery is good. Vukovic claims it. That has to be full-time, surely. Surely now. There we go. Central Coast Mariners win the first leg. Adelaide 1, Mariners 2. A huge, huge victory. And Central Coast Mariners will be taking a huge advantage into the second half. What a match from the Mariners. Incredible. First half performance especially was absolutely insane. Adelaide weren't able to handle it. Dude, huge. Oh my goodness. Mariners have 1 foot into the grand final now. That's what it means. The advantage heading into home is huge now. Oh, we love it. Troy loves it. Fantastic stuff. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the live watch along. Next live watch along will be next Friday for Sydney FC, Melbourne City. That's semi-final. And of course, we'll be at the game next week at Gosford as Mariners host Adelaide United. Great chance to qualify for the grand final. Great game indeed, Jessica. Guys, if you have enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button. And we've got a new vlog coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye on the channel for that one. My name's Lockie. This is Coast Watch Football. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.